issues won. Linda McMahon couldn't answer basic questions on her positions on Social Security and Medicare and women's health. And I think voters saw a really clear difference. I'm ready to come to these debates and talk about very specifically how I'm going to fight for the people of the state, for the middle class that need a voice. And Linda McMahon showed that she's ready to come to these debates and use talking points that she's borrowed from Republican websites, but she can't be specific about how she's really going to stand up for us as a senator.
Do you think it's fair that you attacked her, saying that her ads are very negative and that's not your strategy?
Well, her ads are personal attacks against me and my wife. My ads are talking about her record in the WWE and her plans as a senator. There's no comparison when it comes to the personal nature of Linda McMahon's attack ads and my ads, which are comparing our records and our backgrounds. But Linda McMahon did this 2 years ago against Dick Blumenthal. She tried to attack and destroy Senator Blumenthal's integrity and his reputation, and it didn't work. And it won't work this year because 2 years ago people saw a very big difference between the two of them in terms of their readiness to do the job. And I think you saw that here today. I think Linda McMahon made it very clear that she doesn't have any real idea on how she's going to fix this economy or preserve Social Security or fight for civil rights. I've been fighting my entire life for the people of this state, and I'm going to be ready to do this job on day one.
How is she attacking your wife?
Well, she's right now running an ad on TV saying that my wife and I got a loan illegally from Webster Bank that we applied for together.
On Social Security and taxes, did you say you would increase the rate of the tax, or are you just talking about increasing the amount of money that's taxed?
The amount of money that's taxed, the cap that's that limits the amount of income that's taxed.
So what is your plan? You want to cut 1% reduction in federal spending and keep the Bush tax cuts only for the middle class?
Right. So my focus is going to be on maintaining the Bush tax cuts for the middle class, enacting a overall 1% cut on all discretionary spending, and on seriously reforming entitlement programs. And again, on that subject here, Linda McMahon couldn't give any specifics on how she was going to reform Medicare and Social Security. She attacked me for my votes to rein in the rate of growth on Medicare, and she gave absolutely no specifics on how she would save Social Security. I'm willing to stand up for what I believe to be the path forward in reforming those entitlement programs. As she did 2 years ago, Linda McMahon just says, trust me. I won't tell you during the campaign what I'm going to do to fix Social Security and Medicare. I will unveil that only after you elect me.
One of the criticisms in the presidential debate was that President Obama didn't do enough to explain what's going to be different in the next 4 years. And I think voters are very concerned about that. They want to hear a jobs plan. They want to believe in a jobs plan. How do people know that what you put on the table and what you're going to do is going to be any different than what we're seeing right now?
Well, because if you elect me, you're going to elect a senator who's going to fight like hell for manufacturing. This economy can't power its way fully out of this recession unless we have manufacturing jobs back in this state. I have a record of fighting for manufacturing. Linda McMahon has a record of outsourcing jobs. The only way that this economy is going to look different 5 years from now is if we stop giving massive tax cuts to the wealthy and use that money to pay down our debt and invest in our people. Linda McMahon's idea, which is to just give another round of tax cuts for the wealthy, is a prescription to lead this country down the exact same road that got us into this economic mess in the first place. Linda McMahon's economic plans, to the extent that she's willing to reveal them, are the same plans that got us into this recession. My focus is on doing something different, protecting and standing up for manufacturing and focusing on middle-class tax cuts rather than tax cuts for the wealthy.
Chris, you want to talk about the defense of marriage stumble she had when she was using the word America instead of Connecticut?
Yeah, I think the fact that she gave a 10-second answer to a question about civil rights for Connecticut residents displays how weak her commitment is to standing up to the Republican right wing. I'm going to fight with every bone in my body against the social right in Washington that's trying to strip away women's health care rights and rights for people based on their sexual orientation. Linda McMahon clearly didn't understand the law today on gay marriage, but she also revealed that she's not really willing to go to Washington to fight her party, and it would be a disaster for the people of the state if they sent a Republican to Washington who is going to gladly empower the agenda to destroy civil rights for minorities in this country.